Hello and welcome guys, Reset Jet here. We're on the ground at O'Hare in PMDG 737 and we're going to do something a little bit different this morning. We're going to operate as American Airlines Flight 2760 going down to San Antonio this morning. It'll be a little bit under 3-hour flight, about 2 hours and 30 minutes in the air here. Scheduled to depart here in just about another 8 minutes. We'll be scheduling to arrive in San Antonio. It looks like about 12:30 local time. Cruising at altitude 32,000 feet. Going through the release here. Looks like we'll have nothing but headwinds pretty much the entire route. And weather-wise, as you can see right now, it's a little bit of a cloudy day in O'Hare. We've got winds out of the south at 14 knots rather, gusting to 23. Broken clouds at 1,400 feet there. Temperature's 9. And temperatures, or not temperature, but the weather is actually not much better in San Antonio. As of right now, they've got winds out of the south, just light winds out of the south, 6 miles in visibility, mist. Broken clouds at 1,300 and overcast layer at 2,200 feet, and looks like it's a little bit warmer down there, of course. Looking at the prog page here, they've got a pretty high pressure system in the southeast, but looks like we'll actually be flying through a little bit of a stationary front. And this right here, I actually had to look the symbol up. Looks like that is what's called a dry line. Essentially, you've got dry hot air from the west here, from the desert, and you've got warm and humid air from the Gulf, and when that converges, and especially when you have a cold front behind it, that's going to create some pretty intense storms. So later on today, it looks like at about 1,800, they're expecting some pretty severe storms in San Antonio, or in eastern Texas. So it'll be interesting to see what happens a little bit later. We'll be flying down to San Antonio, and then we'll actually turn the airplane around and we'll head back to O'Hare. And like I said, it looks like we'll pretty much have headwinds the entire route. But all that being said, we've got about 5 minutes left here. The aircraft is pretty much already loaded up. We're just waiting for the last minute. I think, yep, we've pretty much got the aircraft loaded up, so we're pretty much ready to go here. So, you sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Departing 22 left, straight out, O'Hare.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft. Standing by for pushback.
Alrighty.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brakes set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Alright, cleared to start. We'll go ahead and start. 2 up.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir. Cleared to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Yeah, we'll start number 2. Or number 1. Alright, there's starter cutouts. And start checklist. Generators are on, probeat is on, any ice is off, air conditioning panel is set, recall is checked, and auto brakes to RTO. That's the start checklist complete. Alright, taxi checklist. And taxi checklist, flaps 1. That is required, skated and indicated. Takeoff speeds are set. We got V1 144, VR 150, V2 158, and thrust. That is full thrust at 97.7. That's set. Stab trim 4.9. And flight controls checked. Alright, taxi check is complete. Ground American 2760 will be taxiing 22 left via Alpha 14 Bravo Lima Lima November at where? Alright, clear left, clear on the right, here we go. Alright, before takeoff checklist, runway position. Looking for runway 22 inside, or 22 left inside and outside. Flaps, we've got flaps 1 set and got a green light. Navigation brief, that's been completed. Takeoff 1 in, that's checked. Auto throttle armed. Engine start switches to continuous. Transponder down at TARA. And flight attendants notified and acknowledged before takeoff check is complete. Alright, I think we're close enough to the runway. We'll go ahead and make a call. Air traffic, American 2760, departing 22 left at O'Hare. And turn the lights on. Here we go.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
through 10. Alright, passing through 18, 9s and 2s.
Sky condition, ceiling 1,700 feet overcast. Temperature 11. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.901. Visual runway 18.
And I'm not going to listen to this for however long it goes.
DFR aircraft say direction of flight. Oh. Charlie 16 airport information call.
What the what?
Wind 188 at 18. Visibility 10. Sky condition.
That's better. Alright guys, we just leveled off at our cruising altitude 32,000 feet. We'll turn the seatbelt signs off. And let's have a quick look at our fuel here. We've got 21.8, expecting 20.5 at over St. Louis here. Let's see what we are supposed to have in the flight plan. St. Louis 20.3, so looks like we're just a little bit ahead of the game, and then in San Antonio we are supposed to land with 10.7, so we got some money in the bank here. Good to go. Alright guys, we're about a little over 80 miles away from the top of the descent here. Got the aircraft already set up for the approach, so we'll go ahead and start briefing it up here. And pull up Navigraph. Alright, so we've been cleared to San Antonio using the Braun 3 RNAV arrival today from Windoo. Windoo looks like, yeah, we're already headed to Windoo. From Windoo, we'll proceed to Bluey to Centex, Centex to Marks, and we can expect to cross that at 13,000 feet, which I went ahead and already put that in the FMC. Then Braun. From Braun, we'll go to Troop, then Chris, and JTAX, and then we can transition to the ILS for 13 right. According to, let's see here, the last METAR in San Antonio, winds are 110 at 3, 10 miles visibility, scattered at 1200, overcast at 2800, temperature is 20, dew point 17, altimeter is 299.7, so more than likely using the ILS 13 right. That's on page 11-2, effective the 29th of October 2021. We've got IANT on the localizer there, and that's on 110.9 on both sides. Final approach course 128, and that's set up top here. We've got Alamo 2700, which is going to be the final approach fix. For the DEA is going to be 1009. That's set up on both left and right sides. Airport elevation of 108. Touchdown zone of 13 right. It's going to be 809 as well too. And let's see here. The MSA is going to be 3,200 feet. That's from the AN localizer, AN outer marker, which is the Alamo outer marker. So once we initially on the west side of that, that's going to be 4,100 for the MSA. But once we've passed the Alamo outer marker, then the MSA is going to be 3,200 feet. If we've got to go miss, it's going to be a climb to 3,100 feet on heading of 128 outbound on the 160 radial to the Embo intersection. Embo intersection looks like it's going to be inbound course of 340 right turns. That is in here. Good deal. Looking for ASLF2 with Pappies on the left side. Plenty of visibility for the approach. The airport itself, let's see here, 13 right is 8,502 feet. Expect a right turn off, and we are going to be parking at Bravo 8. And Bravo 8 looks like it's going to be right in this corner here, so it's going to be a right turn off either at Lima or Delta, and then Bravo 8's going to be at the top of Terminal B there. So beyond that, no specials, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, pretty close to our top of descent here. I'll go ahead and set 13, was it 13? Yeah, 13,000 feet. And we'll start our way down here, and we'll let the VNAV catch up. Alright guys, we're passing through 18. Altimeters can go to 2997. We'll run through the descent checklist. Altimeters are set, cross-check, minimums. Let's use 147. Flaps 30, 147. Minimums are 1009. That's set. Landing data. Flaps 30, 147. Approach briefing is complete. Auto brakes set to level 1. Seatbelts are. Seatbelt signs on. Pressurization panel that is set. And recall checked. Descent check is complete. Alright, passing 15,000. I'm going to go ahead and set 10,000 here. Alright, coming up through 10,000 feet. Lights can come on. And we'll ding our flight attendants. And run through the approach checklist, flight and nav instruments. So let's go ahead and tune our ILS here. Cabin notification is complete and altimeters 2997 is set. Approach checklist complete. Alright, in the soup we go. We'll continue our descent down here to 5,000. It's looking pretty dark and gloomy down there. Alright, speed's 235 and slowing. We'll set flaps 1. And cut this approach a little short here. 210. Speed's good. Let's go to flaps 5 now. Heading mode, and let's turn left to about 210. Alright, let's shallow out our descent here. Whoops, a little bit too much. Yes. Oh, alt acquired. And go ahead and slow it down to 170 and we'll arm the approach mode. Localizer is alive and captured. I'll go to flaps 10 here. Let's see, final approach is 146. We'll set 151. Bring the gear down, we'll go to flaps 15. And there is glide slopes captured. We'll set our missed approach altitude of 3,100 feet. There's the outer marker, crossing at 2770. Flaps to 30 and before landing checklist. Alright, so landing checklist, landing gears down, flaps we've got 30 and green lights, pre-brakes are armed, and engine start switches are continuous for landing checklist complete. Alright, 1,000 feet, we're stable, and missed approach altitude set. My bird.
plus 100. Minimums. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Braking 60. Check spoilers, and looks like this is Delta. Alright, Delta, and we'll go ahead and retract our flaps here. Alright, so there's Bravo 7 and Bravo... Whoops, I said Bravo 8, didn't I? I sure did. Bravo 7 it is, I guess. Hey, looks like we got a marshaller. Brake set. Oh crap, I forgot to turn APU on, didn't I? Sure did. And we've got 2 minutes on the cooldown here, so we'll just have to wait till the APU's off. Or on, rather. Sorry, buddy. He's gonna get a workout holding his arms up like that. She is? It looks like a girl. And boom goes the dynamite. Alright. APU is online. Packs off. And hydraulics off, probes off, seatbelt sign off, and fuel pumps and anti-collision transponder is off. Alright. Shutdown checklist, parking brake set, fuel pump switches are off, seatbelt signs off, window heat is, we'll leave them on for now. Probe heat is off, ANIS is off, electric hydraulic pumps are off, air conditioning panel is set, air conditioning light is off, engine start levers are off, and transponder is standing by. Shutdown checklist complete. Well, guys, looks like we made it. Another safe trip. We'll get the aircraft turned around here, and we'll get it set up to head back to Chicago. But in the meantime, appreciate you guys coming along and watching.